What's happening, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I am not in any way gonna lie and say I was not happy to see the judicial system stand firm this time. I can't say all the time because there's plenty of times they're biased to black people. But they were on point right here. Brittney Griner is forced to pay child support for the twins that came about with her ex-wife, Glory Johnson. And they both, well, Glory isn't in the WNBA anymore, but Brittney Griner still is in the WNBA. But I'm telling y'all that the judicial system gets all applause and praise from me on this one. She want to be like a man. She want to act like a man. She want to get her voice deepened like a man. Treat her ass like a man. That's perfect to me. She was with, like I said, her ex-wife, Gloria Johnson. They got a sperm donor. Not a donor. I can't even say a sperm donor. I can't call the man a sperm donor. I can't. But what I didn't understand is how two black women have, which again, before I even get there, I have no problem with the LGBTQ community. Never have, don't have a problem with them. I do have a problem with these women wanting to be like man and then got a problem with being treated like a man. I do have a problem with that. That's why I'm in all praise to the judicial system for the way they treated Brittney Griner. But back to what I was saying. They had, the donor was a blue-eyed white man. Did you hear what I said? Two black women wanted a blue-eyed white man to be their donor to bring two children into this world. Now, this was the result of that. They had the donor, they had twins. Okay? This was the result. Okay? Brittney Griner had no part of it as far as producing sperm. She ain't making sperm. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how manly and how deep her voice she wanted to be, and getting her breast cut off and all that, you still a man. It don't make no difference. You still a woman. Don't make no difference. You got eggs. Pure point blank. You ain't got sperm. You ain't gonna make no sperm. Ain't never gonna make no sperm. But they told her she had to pay child support because just like a man, if it was a man in a relationship, in a marriage with a woman, and they divorce, you gotta pay support. You gotta pay child support. You know what I'm saying? Those kids came involved with job relationship. And Brittney Griner, which I think she filed, and I think people need to bring this to the light even more, that she didn't feel she had to pay child support because she wasn't them kids' biological parent. How would you ever been? You knew that from the beginning. When both of y'all, not one, both of y'all decided to have a sperm donor and have kids. Just like I remember a little while ago, I think it was a year and a half ago, probably longer than that, when you told that reporter your wife just had kids and they call you Pop Pop in your manly voice. Shit, your voice deeper than mine. But anyway, you remember that? You had the kids call you Pop Pop. And Leslie, you ain't spending no time with the kids after y'all get separated. You don't see them, you don't do nothing with them. You know what I'm saying? You're a deadbeat dad. Not a deadbeat woman. You're a deadbeat dad. And I'm glad that they treated you just like they would a man. Forced you to pay child support. When they shouldn't have had to force you to pay child support. They shouldn't have. You should have willingly did that. I'm still tripping over when, to be honest with you, they released or traded, swapped, however you want to call it, the Russian arms dealer Victor Bout for you. Yes, you are an American citizen, true that, but you went to jail in Russia for some CBD oil. You knew from the get-go that wasn't supposed to, you ain't supposed to have it over there. And regardless, there is no way I would have swapped the Russian's arm dealer that had been in the United States prison for centuries, for decades, back to Russian soil. There's no way. I believe deeply Brittney Griner needs to apologize for putting America in that situation. And I feel there's no shame in it. As far as if the U.S. wouldn't have traded Victor Bout for Brittney Griner. I don't feel no doubt about it. I remember how they was talking about how if it was LeBron, they would have been and did that for LeBron. No, if it was up to me, LeBron, Michael Jordan, anybody would have been stuck over there, especially under the circumstances that they were under in. That they put in, rather, the circumstances that got them in that situation. Something as simple as, you know that having CBD over here is illegal, but you still brought it over there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you would have been stuck until, unless we came to a better agreement than y'all wanting Victor Bout for a WNBA player. Oh no, no. That wouldn't have went down. But that's just my opinion on that scenario. But regardless, back to, I'm glad. I am truly glad that they got Brittney Griner paying child support. Ain't no if to it. I'm very glad. And I hope it is known. Now let it be known. She's been a deadbeat dad. Catch what I said. She's being a deadbeat dad. I could never look at her as a man. I don't care nothing about what she did to augmentate herself to try to be more manly. I don't care nothing about that. I could never look at her as a man because she never was a man and never will be a man. But I'm glad the fact that she's trying and she's wanting to be a man and she took the role of a man, that they treating her like a man. Because she fills that void. I don't get it, because there are plenty beautiful women in the NBA, in the WNBA, that don't want to be men. I don't understand it. And just because you're a lesbian doesn't equal you have to want to be a man. I'll never understand that. Because if that's the alternative, why, in my eyes, do you want a woman if your intentions is wanting a man? If you want a woman that acts like a man, why don't you want a man? That's crazy to me. Did you hear what I said? If you want a woman that acts like a man, why don't you want a man? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because you're not going to tell me that's because all men are bad, all men are dogs, as they try to. Because that's not real. That's fake. And anyone that actually believes some shit like that, that's fake. They need they dome check. Because all men ain't dogs. But I'm glad they treated her. I'm glad they made her. I am glad they made her. I don't know about that making her have to see those kids. I don't know about that. But I'm glad they're making her pay for them. I'm glad of that. Hands down. Now I'm going to wonder, is Glory Johnson going to go back to man now? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, because Brittney definitely treated you like a man. Like some men do. You know what I'm saying? She definitely did that to you. And then definitely when y'all separated, she didn't want to take care of none of them kids. I mean, neither one of those twins, because neither one of those was biologically hers. She didn't want to take care of them. But I'm glad that she was forced to, and she's forced to pay. And I hope it's till the 18, 19, whichever one it is. I hope it's till then. But Glory, is you gonna go back to man now? I'm wondering, is you gonna go back to man? Or is you going to stick with women? Now, are you going to stick with women and you want a woman that acts like a woman? Or is you going to still be on this wanting a woman that act like a man, like Brittney here? Because she's an alien to me. I retract saying she's a woman. She's an alien to me now. She's a true alien to me. She's a tall ass alien in my eyes, because you don't resemble a woman at all to me. I don't even see how they let you play in the WNBA. I don't. I really don't. Because it ain't got nothing to do with you being tall or big for a woman. You know what I'm saying? Has nothing to do with that, because there's plenty tall, big women in the WNBA that ain't trying to be no man. That's crazy. But I believe every woman that wants to be a man and tries to be a man need their dome check. Real talk. Real talk. But hey, once again, I have nothing against the LGBTQ community. Never have, never will. Never have, never will. But I don't think you need to try to be something you're not. That's what I don't believe. Point blank, period. And the actions that Brittney Griner took were man actions, and things that men that don't want to be in their kid's life do when they break up out of marriage. And I'm glad that the judicial system made her pay like they would a man if a man did that. I am so glad. I am so glad. Can't nobody say the judicial system was wrong in this one, because they were dead right. And I really honestly hope, because I don't know, that they make her pay until them kids is 18, 19. I hope, because they didn't have to be here if it wasn't for her and Glory Johnson coming to agreement to have that donor. They wouldn't be here. Period. Period. And Brittney, when you was locked up in prison, you was all lovey-dub then. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Because I know if I'm up, stay down with me while I'm locked up, oh, I ain't, no. We together. We together for real. And especially if I marry you. That's crazy. So I ain't gonna never get that. But hey, peace. I'm up out of here, y'all. Oh, and while I'm at it, y'all hit that share button. Hit that share. Hit that like. Comment. It don't cost y'all nothing to do that, man. Nothing. It helps me out tremendously.